Hey everybody, welcome. It's Nancy Fox, the Business Fox, and it's Thursday, so I'm back with you for another Facebook Live, and it's a gorgeous day in California, so I thought I'd do a little videoing outside in my backyard, which is a pretty beautiful day. It's a little chilly for us here in California, but I'll take it considering it's getting really cold back east. So anyway, welcome back. And today we're going to be doing a little tutorial on how to get started with Facebook Live, and we're now in lesson 2. So in the first part of our little tutorial, I did a little training on how to do the techie part of getting started with Facebook Live. And Facebook Live has been so amazing. It's catching on like wildfire. Everybody's doing them. It's a great marketing tool for your business and for whatever initiative you're doing. And it's free. And the marketing opportunities are phenomenal. So I sort of broke down how to do a Facebook Live into 4 parts. The first part was about the techie piece, and the second part, the other parts will be, today we're going to be talking about how to get really comfy being on camera during a live video, and sort of how to express yourself and be yourself on camera, even if you're camera shy like me, which I am really camera shy. May not look like it, but I really am. And the third part is going to be on how to develop the right content for your Facebook Lives, or how to get that structured and set up right. And then the fourth part is going to be about how to market these things. So got a 4-part little tutorial course going here, and I'm really excited to be with you. So if you're with me live, give me a shout out. Sometimes people are on live during the day, and sometimes the big action happens afterward. But if you're on with me live, give me a shout out, thumbs up, and say hi, and or if you'll be posting questions if you've got them, and I'll be looking for them. So anyway, let's get started with what we're covering today, which is how to get comfy on camera during a Facebook Live. So the first thing I want to share with you is since I'm so camera shy, it was really hard for me to get comfortable on camera. In fact, I've been a speaker for years, and most speakers know that you really should be videotaping your presentations and then reviewing them and debriefing with people afterward to really assess how you did. I was so nervous about this and so camera shy that I would not even let people videotape my presentations, which was to my detriment because I really needed to improve certain things and so on. But I avoided it for years, and then when people started using video to market their businesses, I just resisted that and just kept avoiding it until a couple of my mentors said, "That's it, it's time. You got to, I'm dumping you in the pool." And so there I went. They just got me on camera right away, and I started to record different topics and different themes and different tutorials and using them for marketing my business. But that was pre-recorded video, and you can prep for that. There are distinctions between recorded video and live video. And so today, let's talk a little bit about what that really is. So I sort of broke today's tutorial down into, I guess, about 7 different tips that I can give you about this. And the first thing, I actually want to give you a pre-tip tip. And the pre-tip tip is, the way to really make it easy on yourself to get started with video is to sort of ask yourself a question in your head, or even write it out, and then answer the question as the kickoff to the video. And that sort of gives you a lot of comfort. You don't have to think about how to start or how to begin the conversation. That makes it so much easier on you. So today, for example, the question I asked myself is, what's the biggest thing that I had to deal with when I first started doing live video? And that's the question I answered as I kicked off today's presentation, so I didn't have to think about how to get rolling. So prepare a question for yourself, or have somebody write out a question for you, and your answer is actually the kickoff to your video. That's the first thing. It'll get you comfortable. You won't have to think about how to get started, and it will allow you to feel and present yourself more comfortably as you kick off the live video. All right, So let's start with the real tips. So tip number one is, and this is huge, people get nervous when they're on camera, mostly because they're worried about how they look and how they sound. You got to switch this up in order to really get comfy to be on camera, and that is to stop thinking about yourself and care about your audience more than you. You have to give it up. It's not really about how you look or how you sound. It's really about what can you provide for your audience. How can you make this be entertaining for them? So even today I was thinking about, okay, well, maybe I need to like start off with an image thing. Like, should I do this? I thought that was sort of catchy and I didn't think that felt right. But I even had some thoughts about how am I going to make this entertaining for you, right? Because I care about you being engaged in this, and I care about you learning something for yourself. So I'm willing to be a little bit, I'll try to be experimental with things because it's really about you and not about me. So if I don't look so great, so it's a blooper. You use the blooper, right? So you got to stop caring about yourself, care about your audience. It's really about them, and understand what their pain points and their questions are and what their interests are. When you really get clear about that, then your videos will be so much more engaging. All right, tip number two. And this is really even more huge, and that is it's all about authenticity. You have to be willing to be when it's especially in live video, you have to be willing to be real. Okay, so I'm not going to be so real that I'm not wearing makeup. Okay, I'm going to be camera ready, but other than that, you got to be really real. You got to be vulnerable. You got to be willing to not be perfect. You have to be willing to make some mistakes. You have to be willing to not look exactly like everything is totally orchestrated properly, because live is it's an experience for people. They want to know who the real you is. It's really reality, right? And authenticity always engages an audience way more than perfection and making every dot every I perfectly and cross every T perfectly. So be authentic and be willing to be a little bit vulnerable. Maybe you don't know everything perfectly. Maybe things are not going perfectly. In one of my former videos, the dog started barking, so I just looped him into the video. That's just the way. Things don't go perfectly. Be authentic. Okay, third tip is don't memorize, but be prepared. So I did a little prep, and I'm actually going to show you. I'm going to turn the camera around at the end of this to show you how I prepped. I usually do a little prep. I do a little mini outline of this. I have bullet points that I get ready. I don't practice anything, or I don't memorize, and I definitely don't memorize. I'm not good at memorizing anyway, even when I do my live presentations in venues for associations and organizations. I'm terrible at memorizing, and I never come across as authentic when I memorize, and I never do a good job of it. So I map out some bullet. Okay, so that's prepare but don't memorize. Have some bullet points ready. Okay, that's number three. Number four, have a main objective. So today the main objective was how to get comfortable on camera. And in our previous tutorial, it was all about the techie piece, right? Have a main theme and a main objective, a focal point for what you're going to talk about. Even if it's just a general connection with your audience, you still want to have some kind of theme because you want people to have something as a takeaway for them. When I did a live Facebook Live from an airport, I was coming back from a presentation in Florida, and I decided to jump on camera and just sort of give people an experience of what Facebook Live could be. I was delayed, and my plane was delayed, and everybody was waiting, and it was crowded. And even though it was a very impromptu video, the main point of it was, hey folks, I really, really love working with my clients in person, and I love being with them on site where they are. However, the upside of being an entrepreneur when I'm working with people live is the connection when I'm there, and we can really bond in a particular way. But the downside is, of course, there I am on Friday afternoon, my plane's delayed, and I don't know when I'm getting home. And it's crowded and uncomfortable and all of that stuff. So I share the reality of the pros and the cons of being an entrepreneur, and there was still a point, right? There was still a main theme to the whole thing. Okay, the sixth point is you always want to have a call to action, and make sure that there's only one call to action. In other words, you want to leave people with some action they can take at the end of the video or at the end of your piece. And you want this so that you want to be able to be purposeful with people, but you don't want to misdirect them, and you don't want to have them going in a million different directions. So you only want to give them one call to action, and I'll be giving that to you in a moment. And then the seventh tip is to do a quick run through of your video. I like to do a very fast, sometimes it's even just in my head. I'm imagining myself running through the bullet points, and I picture, how I'm going to kick it off. I run through the prep question for myself. So I do a little mini run through. Sometimes I do a quick, actually run through the whole thing. And sometimes I just do it in my head. And that's it. It's 7 tips. Excuse me, I'm coming over a cold. So just to review, to summarize, you want to care about your audience more than you. And you want to really make sure that you understand their pain points and their interests. You want to start with that. So you want to care about your audience, and you want to take the focus off of yourself. The second thing is it's all about authenticity and being real. Third point is you want to prepare but not memorize. The fourth piece is you want to have a main point or objective and have a theme. Fifth point is, I forgot one. See, there you go. I made a mistake. I forgot the fifth one. The fifth one is to summarize, right? So now I'm summarizing for you. The sixth one is call to action, have only one. And the seventh one is do a really quick run through, just sort of even in your mind or in an actual quick run through. Don't memorize, just do a quick one. Because if you over practice, you're going to get overly concerned about you, and it's not about you, it's about your audience, right? And that's it. So that's what today's presentation was all about, a little tutorial for you about how to get cooking and how to feel a little more comfortable on Facebook Live. And I really love this venue. It allows me to feel like I'm engaging with folks. And sometimes people are on with me live and they're waving and saying hi. And sometimes they can't be afterward, and they'll send lots of comments and things like that. So today, if you want to have a summary, I just want to tell you that I want to thank all of you Thrive Online Tribers who have been sending me lots of thumbs up and likes for the posts that I've been making available for you on this page. And also I recently posted a picture, an image, that was all about it's never too late to reinvent yourself. You're never too old to reinvent yourself. I got so many likes and almost 100 of them. It was really great. And I was so excited about that because I'm in a place of reinvention myself. In fact, it was such an important theme for me that I created a private Facebook group around this called Reinvent You Camp. And I'm inviting you, if you're in a place of reinvention for yourself, I'm inviting you to join us there. And if you happen to decide that you want to, it's a free group, but it is private, and it's all about getting support and ideas and sharing ideas and sharing some of the challenges and some of the breakthroughs that we have in reinventing ourselves in our careers and in our lives. If that's something that really appeals to you and is resonating with you right now, do come join us. I'm going to be posting the link to that after this video is complete. I'll post it in the group, and you can join us. And if you're part of the group, you will be getting, actually, for the members in that private group, I'm going to be including a PDF download of the summary of today's Facebook Live, so you don't have to take notes or you don't have to refer to notes. I'm going to have it all printable for you, so you can just download it, print it, and use it when you get ready to do your own Facebook Lives. I hope you're going to be doing them. I can't wait. In fact, if you do a Facebook Live and you've liked what you've learned today, do share it with me. Post a comment, let me know. I'd love to take a look at it and see what you're up to, because this is all about sharing and it is all about community. So thank you so much for being with me, everybody, today. It was really great. Nancy Fox, the Business Fox. And don't forget, I'm going to be posting the link to the private Facebook group at the end of this if you want to get the downloadable PDF summarizing all about today. Now, join me next Thursday. Thursday, I'll be doing part 3, lesson number 3, and how to get started with Facebook Live. And then I'm going to be talking all about content. So see you next time, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.